Hi Sandeep, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Can you tell us something about yourself?
Sir, I'm Sandeep. I'm from Telangana, and I have completed my post graduation like MCA in 2011, and like currently I'm having 6 years of 6.2 years of experience in RCM US healthcare, and total 6 years of experience, and three in that 3 years of experience into manual testing, and currently I'm working as a quality expert in Inventor's knowledge solutions.
Okay. So can you tell us something about your day-to-day activities? How do you start your day and how do you, uh, what are the different testing activities? Which are the different processes that you are following?
Yeah, actually, like whenever I log into my system, so like first thing is I need to check my all details, like what mails I received, and so like what we need to do on the same day. And next 15 minutes, so we'll take the quality meet for my agents. So I'm having 12 agents. So for the 12 agents, so I'm going to take the quality meeting, and so what are the points we need to cover, and if any like new updates and new scenarios, so we'll discuss in the quality briefing session. Then after 1 hour, so we'll start the quality, we'll run a report from our software. We are using a Raintree software. From that we'll run a report, and we'll do auditing, so based on the functional testings, sanity and smoke regression retesting, and by conducting some test case design techniques, like
Mhm.
was testing.
Okay, fine. So can you tell us something about the domain of your project? What is the domain of the project in which you are testing?
US healthcare, in payment posting and RCM. Like actually, we are working on RCM, revenue cycle management. In
Okay.
that we are work in that we are working on payment posting and denial management and ERA batches and credit balance review.
Correct. Okay. Consider a situation where you are given a project related to telecom domain, right?
Mm.
Now, which are the various types of testing you will perform on the telecom software?
So telecom means
Mhm. Hello, Sandeep?
yes, sir. So can you ask one question? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. So let's say you are given a software with the domain of telecom, right? So how will you test a software with telecom domain, right?
The telecom means I suppose the network, sir, network side, or
Yes, yes. See, telecom testing is nothing but it is testing of telecommunication softwares, right? Recently, there has been a shift from telecom software, telecom sectors to digital and computer networks, right? Telecommunication industry now uses software, right? So it depends on various services like routing is there, VoIP broadband access is there, switching is there, right? So how will you test this kind of software?
okay. Okay. Suppose if we are having any broadband is there, act is there,
Hmm.
so we need to check whether the whether the uh, like whether it is working fine or not. So how much data is transferring, and how many cables are how many networks connecting a single router, and so the speed of the transmission, the internet speed is how much per minute. So like that we need to check,
Hmm.
and how it is communicating like one location to other location using local area networks, and wide area networks also, like is it having any difficulties like while transferring the data and any communication? Are we facing any issues while using the telecommunication? So like that scenarios we can test.
Okay. So which are the various types of testing that you will perform?
Like functional testing will perform, like smoke testing. Like first we need to perform smoke testing. So smoke testing means like whether the build is like whether the like any we consider whether the build is stable or not. Like only the main functionalities, like mainly positive test cases and main functionalities will cover in that smoke testing. So in that, like we will consider like whether the build is stable or not in the starting stage of the testing. So in that we perform smoke testing.
Then
After that, like so after going, like if we found any bug or if we found any defect, so we'll fix it. Like sorry, we will report to the developer, and developer will fix that. So after we receive from the developer, so we need to perform and sanity testing and retesting. So if we are working on only single bug, so we'll perform retesting on that. So if we retesting and regression testing. So regression testing is like if we are performing on the same same error, like same bug, so is it impacting any other other functionalities or other features? So we'll perform the regression testing.
okay, fine. See, when this question is asked to you in a real-time interview, right, about telecom domain testing. So the telecom as a generic, what it is on a, it includes call centers generating invoices. Yeah, it includes IVRs, right? So it has routers, switches, cell towers. So these things are there, right? Now, again, in telecom industry, there are various departments, right? There is a pre-sale department in which it will handle all the sales information like discounts, services, etc. Then there is an ordering department in which it will apply for a new connection or disconnecting a connection, right? Then there is a provisioning thing, right? For example, it will have a two-way communication about the physical connection between the customers and the telecom service provider. Then there is a billing department where you would be doing billing payments and all. Then there is a tracking system as well, where it would come to know that how much service has been used, which are the new orders which are to be delivered, what is the status of the order, right? These things are there. And there are various protocols as well in the telecom industry involved, like VoIP technologies are there, signaling and protocols, wireless technologies. Then comes network management, layer 2 protocols, layer 3 protocols. So these things are involved in the telecom industry. Now, with respect to testing, so when it comes to testing, so what all things you will test? So first of all, we will do system testing, right? That is also one type of testing. Let's say if any, disconnection is there. So what is the disaster recovery, right? What is the then installation testing is also there, whether the installation is done properly or not. Then security testing is also there, right? If you give some connection to one particular party or one particular customer, then it should not be it should be secured so that other person cannot use it.
Yes, sir.
Right. So these things, right. Now, again, coming to all those things. So first of all, you would need a telephone number, right, of the customer, which would be registered under the telecom operator. So you can verify whether the number is still working or not, whether the number is valid, and is it a 10-digit number or is it more digit, depending on the locations where you are, where that setup has been done. Then you will verify. So these are all the test scenarios, high-level test scenarios. You can verify that the number is not blocked due to some reasons, right? Then verify that number has previous accounts or previous bills. Those are clear. There is no, any problem with those things. Then you will verify the plan chosen by the customer displays on the billing system, right? The total amount billed is accurate and it is mapped to the service offered. It should not happen like they have considered XYZ plan and it is charging 300 rupees, but in the billing system, it is showing 350 rupees. So this kind of discrepancies should not there, right? Then there are functional testing scenarios like for core mobile handset applications like call, SMS, transfer, hold. So these all things we will test, right? Then comes network management, provisioning, all these things we will be testing. Okay. Now, coming to your, experience, CV over here, you are telling that you have worked on as an RCM expert, right? Worked as an
Yes.
end-to-end RCM expert. So can you tell me the high-level test scenarios? How do you test any application related to customer, this RCM and these things?
Yes, RCM means like revenue cycle management. In that
Revenue
we
cycle.
have like is revenue cycle management. In that we have like patient information, and patient is going to visit like services in the hospital. So we need to take the our like any insurance. So the claims are billed to the insurance, and insurance will process the like payment as per the fee schedule. So we need to like in this case we will write the like test scenarios are like a patient name and date of birth and a mobile number and any guarantor names, and whether he is applicable to any other insurance, or like this is a primary insurance or secondary insurance and tertiary insurance. These are the high level scenarios we'll consider. And coming to the test cases, so we'll using the test, black box testing techniques. Suppose if we are having the any like we'll take the age. So suppose the age is it should be like from suppose we have Medicare insurance. So Medicare insurance means we have some eligibility criteria is there for the Medicare patient. That the patient should be 60 plus years of age. So then only he will under the Medicare coverage. So for that we need to write so 60 plus. So the patient age should be 60 plus. Then we'll use boundary value analysis. So boundary value analysis from minimum minus 1, minimum plus 1, and minimum. So here we can use like 60, 60 minus 1, and 60 plus 1. So we'll perform boundary value analysis. So equivalence, we'll use equivalence cross partitioning also. In this case, we'll divide the age into like the classes. Suppose the patient should be like 1 to 59. So if we are entering any number like 50, 40, 35, so it will be fail means if one letter like one number fail means so all scenarios should be fail. So 60 plus means so 60, 61 up to if we enter any more than 60 number, so it should be pass. So like that we can conduct the like this equivalence class partitioning. So and we'll use error guessing also. Like in some cases, like some in US they are having SSN number. So SSN number should be some like total numbers only. Like it will not include alpha and numeric anything. Only it should be numbers only. So like that we need to guessing the errors by our own knowledge. If they are if like the user end user like, sorry not end user, so associates who are entering the values manually. So we need to verify like if any numbers like if any alphabets are coming in phone number also, if any letters are coming. So we need to conduct error guessing. So by our knowledge only we'll come to know. So if we are finding any bugs are like that.
Okay. Which are the different challenges that you are facing while you are doing testing of this revenue cycle management?
We'll receive the like if we are processing the ERS, electronic remittance advice payments. This is like automatically system is posting the payments. So if you are importing the batch from our file location, the payments are automatically imported to our system, rated system. So that's the big challenge is here. Like insurance is having particular like allowed amount. As per the allowed amount only, the payment will come. If not, we are not receiving the payment as per the allowed amount. So we are not going to post the payment in the RD. So this is a big challenge. So like system is like if the payment is less than the allowed amount, the same like what this also system is posting the same like what is the actual amount. So what is the incorrect amount? So both for the both ways system is taking the same. That is a big challenge we faced in these scenarios.
Okay. So which is the best defect or any defect that you would like to share, which you have found in this while testing RCM, and you had got
Yeah,
appreciation or acknowledgement. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, first name, last name, middle name.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name format is like last name, comma, space. So first name. It should be the format. But in my software, suppose we are giving like as per the for sentence format. So it is also taking. Suppose my name is Sandeep Reddy. So in the software we need to give Reddy, comma Sandeep. So that is the correct format. But if you are giving Sandeep Kama Reddy also, so it is taking. So that is a important defect I found in the last 2 months back I found, and that was fixed by the developer.
So instead of Sandeep Reddy, you were able to enter, you were allowed to enter Sandeep, Reddy, and that was a defect. Okay. So what was the severity? What
Yes,
was
sir.
the priority of this defect, and how was it impacting the application?
So actually, this is a severity is low only, like priority is high. Why? Because so we need to think like suppose if the patient is having same name, suppose in US Alexander James is there. So for that username, multiple patients are also there. So if there is if we are posting incorrect payments also, there is a chance of posting payment to the different patient. So again, it will be a end user issue also. So then it should be closed as soon as possible. So the priority is high for this case. Severity is low. So because anyways system is taking the payment, but so we need to close as much as possible, because if the payment is posting to incorrect patient, so again it will be a problem.
Okay. Now consider you have a team of 4 QA testers, and you have to test some particular application of e-commerce domain. So what would be your test strategy? How will you create a test plan for the same?
Okay. Suppose take a Flipkart application. For that, I need to test that logo, Flipkart logo and user ID and password, and forgot password. And the different sections like mobiles, fashion, and kids, and any accessories, and any laptops, mobiles, like that. I need to test like whether the all functionalities are working or not. So that is the my test scenarios.
So
And
those
in
are
the
your
test scenarios, under test scenarios, we will write
So Sandeep, these are your test scenarios, right? What would be your test strategy? You have
yes.
already a team of 4 QA testers. What would be your test strategy? What would be your test plan? How will you create a test plan to test this e-commerce application in such a manner that the quality is not getting compromised?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get you.
Okay, so you have this e-commerce based application which you have to test, and there
Yes,
are
sir.
4 team members that are already a part of your team. You are leading this team, right? So you need to chalk out the test plan and the test strategy for testing this application. So how will you create a test plan? What all things you will mention in your test plan? How will you strategize the testing in such a manner that quality is not compromised? What would be your test strategy?
Test strategy means so we need to verify. So what are the main functionalities we need to check, and what are the impacting areas? So we need to cover from the end user side. So and what are the positive test cases? What are all the negative test cases? So these all are comes under the test strategy. Test planning means we need to plan like what we need to test and how we need to like execute the test cases, like how we need to test. So we need to divide all test cases like positive and negative using some black box testing techniques.
Right. So now thinking about this e-commerce based application, what would be your test plan? What would be your test strategy?
Sorry, sir, I'm confusing. So,
No worries,
can you
no
explain,
worries.
sir?
That is absolutely fine. See, in the test plan, what you will have is uh, you can divide your team, and you can, based on their skill set, you can keep a member of 3 members. They would be doing manual testing first because it is a new application. One member would be doing automation, right? So what you can do is you can tell them and you can divide the task, you can allocate the task to them, and you can give them the respective ETA. At the same time, in test plan, there are various components of test plan like scope, test environment, then the things that are not in scope, what type of testing you are going to perform. Are you going to perform manual testing? Are you going to perform automation testing? If you are doing automation, then which programming language you are going to use for automation, right? So this is the test planning. For example, let's say if there are 10 features which are supposed to be tested. So in the first sprint, you will be testing two features. In the next sprint, you will be testing 3, 4, like that. And slowly and gradually, you will be having a plan of unit testing, integration testing, system testing. Then you will be having a plan of compatibility testing.
Yes,
Let's say if it's a e-commerce based domain, I think your kid is crying,
yes,
right?
sir.
You have to go to help,
Yes,
or
sir.
someone is there with him.
No, 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 no. Yes, sir, sir.
That is fine.
So, yes, sir. Fine, fine, sir.
Okay.
We can continue.
Okay. Then you will be creating a test plan with respect to compatibility testing. Let's say if Flipkart application is there. So how will you test it in your mobile phone, Android, iOS, tablet, other devices are there, right? Which all browsers you will be testing? Firefox, Chrome, Edge, Safari. So these are the test plan things, right? Test planning will have all these things. Now coming to test strategy. How will you test? Okay. Now test strategy is quite dependent, and sorry, not dependent, it is independent with respect to the teams and departments and the organization level, right? For example, if the developers are telling you that first of all uh, they will be good with the development of the registration login flow, and something features or functionality would be working with respect to add to cart option, right? So your test strategy should be that these 3 features you are first testing it. Don't focus on payment module. Don't focus on the email notification, or providing the order of the product to the home, or like that, right? Just test these features because you had a
Yes,
word with the development team, you had a discussion with them, they would be focusing on these features. So accordingly, your test strategy would be changing, right? Now, let's say in the second sprint, they tell that, they are going
yes,
to have a very less amount of features or functionality to be delivered for testing, right? So you have adequate time. So what you can do is you can plan, or you can strategize for doing some kind of performance testing at that time for login scenario, because it was already developed in the first sprint, right? So similarly, first they will give you a plan,
yes,
and accordingly you will be creating a strategy. Okay, in the second sprint, I'm not having much amount of manual testing. So let us focus on automation testing, and let us focus on performance testing by that time, right? In third sprint, you might get multiple features. So then it might happen that the person who was doing automation, you might allocate him again some kind of manual testing work. Or it might also happen that now the features which were developed in sprint 1 were already automated. So now you would be using your automation suite. So those are the test strategy things, how you are going to take care, right? Now, it might also happen that initially you might be only focusing on one browser. Let's say my application, my website should work properly only in Google Chrome browser as of now. Then we will focus on other browsers. That is also possible, right? So that can also be strategy. You can tell to the client that initially we are
yes,
going to focus only on Google Chrome browser. Then we will be focusing on other browsers, right? So test strategy is like this. Okay. So this is fine.
yes.
Okay. How do you keep yourself upgraded? Let's say if any new tools or technologies has come up in the market. So how will you make sure that you are aware about what are those tools about and how do they work?
Sorry, sir, I'm not understanding.
Okay, no worries. So in this, if this kind of question is asked to you in a real-time interview, you can tell you are, following few of the important people on LinkedIn. You are subscribing few of the YouTube channels so that whenever any new tool or any technologies are coming up, you get some, newsletter or you will come to know from Google and then you will explore those tools, right? And tell them about the recent tool or
Yes.
technology that you have learned about and then they will ask you questions on that. So make sure that you have read about those things and then only you are telling about them, right? So that is that. Okay. Okay, Sandeep, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, no, sir. Thank you very much, sir,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sandeep, and
for
all the
giving me
best for
this
your career.
opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you and all the best for your career.